The world of artificial intelligence just shifted. Every headline screams about breakthroughs reshaping the future. But behind the noise lies something far more thrilling. An arms race in AI is rewriting tomorrow today. Google has unleashed something nobody saw coming. A creation so massive, it bends the rules. A billion-parameter giant engineered to guard secrets. Not just powerful, this one was built different. Imagine training an AI on endless data. Normally, it memorizes things it never should remember. Phone numbers, emails, entire paragraphs slip through unnoticed. That's the dark side nobody likes to mention. But now comes a daring twist in design. Google built a system that forgets by intention. The secret? A weapon called differential privacy. It injects randomness into every learning moment. That randomness protects details while keeping patterns intact. The AI understands shapes of knowledge, not secrets. It sees the blueprint without holding the actual key. For the first time, privacy is baked deep inside. This machine isn't just powerful, it's disciplined. 26 layers stacked like an intellectual skyscraper. Capable of handling 1,000 words in context. Not the largest, but carefully engineered for purpose. 13 trillion tokens of filtered, curated information. Websites, scientific papers, code, but no unsafe details. A data ocean where dangerous currents were removed. And the scale of training was mind-bending. 2,000 specialized AI chips worked in harmony. 500,000 words processed in each cycle, repeated 100,000 times until mastery emerged. But here's where it gets even more fascinating. Randomness was applied to every single step. A deliberate blur shielding private details forever, yet still allowing the model to see truth. The math proves this protection is unshakable. No single piece of data ever dominates. In testing, not one secret slipped through. Meanwhile, rival systems leaked like cracked vaults. What Google built feels like a paradox, a model less sharp than unrestricted titans, yet one that sets an entirely new bar, proof that strength and safety can live together. This isn't just about another AI milestone, it's about trust in the machines we create. Because what good is intelligence without protection? Would you trust an assistant that can't forget? And this breakthrough is only the beginning. Because while Google tackles privacy head-on, others race differently. Language itself is being reimagined on a global scale. For years, one model held multilingual AI hostage. That era of stagnation is ending fast. A new force has arrived from unexpected halls, not from Silicon Valley's glossy tech towers, but from relentless researchers chasing something audaciously ambitious. Their creation isn't just another translation machine, it's a reshaping of language intelligence worldwide. One that pulls forgotten tongues back into spotlight. And it's about to flip the industry upside down. But before we dive into that revolution, pause. Think about what we just uncovered together. An AI that can learn without stealing, that can remember without betraying your privacy. Doesn't that change how you see the future? Because if machines can protect as they grow, maybe the fears about AI need rewriting too. The question is, who will control this new balance? For years, one model ruled multilingual AI. Its name was whispered like a digital king. But in technology, kings rarely stay immortal forever. A challenger has finally arrived, shattering the throne. This new giant is called a linguistic storm. Born from research labs with relentless determination, trained not on a handful, but nearly everything. almost every language humanity has ever spoken. Think about the weight of that ambition. 1,833 languages inside its veins. Not just English, not just the dominant tongues. Even the rarest voices now find representation here. Older systems leaned too heavily on English dominance. Minor languages drowned, vanishing into algorithmic silence. But this creation dares to rewrite that imbalance. It gradually lifted small languages instead of burying them. The architecture is lean, yet ferociously lethal. 22 layers engineered for precision and resilience. Hundreds of millions of parameters dancing in sync. A context window that leaves its ancestors choking. Its predecessor could barely breathe beyond 1,000 words. This beast swallows over 8,000 in one go. Sharper attention systems fuel this monstrous appetite. And the results? They are nothing short of stunning. In English, it outpaces champions of the past. Across global tests, it dominates in rare languages. Tongues like Tigrinya and Farsi now shine brighter. Even titans like OpenAI and Google feel the sting. Faster, sharper, more balanced. It redefines expectations entirely. For the first time in years, multilingual AI feels alive. It's not just translation, it's recognition of global identity. A chance for smaller cultures to hold their ground. Now imagine the possibilities this unleashes overnight. Education in native tongues without waiting for translation. Search engines speaking directly in forgotten dialects. Apps that finally acknowledge humanity's full linguistic map. The dominance of English online won't vanish tomorrow, but the gap is closing faster than ever before. Because this creation doesn't just include, it amplifies. It proves that all voices deserve equal weight. Yet, as language rises, another frontier is roaring. The world of voice itself is exploding dramatically. Because text is one thing, but speech is life. Our voices carry identity, urgency, and human connection. A startup from California has stepped onto stage. Their claim? A speech recognition model unlike anything before. Accurate, affordable, and wide-reaching beyond all competitors. Its name echoes like a dare, an open challenge. The numbers behind it are jaw-dropping, undeniable. A word error rate slashed to historic lows. Thousands fewer mistakes in every single transcript. Meetings, podcasts, interviews, all suddenly clearer and cleaner. And it doesn't stop at plain transcription. It separates speakers with pinpoint precision and accuracy, identifying who spoke when, with near-perfect distinction, outperforming veterans who once ruled that domain. Language coverage stretches beyond 140 tongues, 40 more than rivals struggling to keep up. From Spanish streets to rural African villages, it listens. It hears voices once ignored and answers them. Even the cost will stun you into silence. Transcription at prices so low, it feels unreal. 23 cents per hour of crisp, reliable output. A revolution where accuracy no longer breaks the bank. The secret lies in its hybrid training process. A fusion of models fine-tuned on curated sound. Podcasts, films, human-labeled audio, carefully woven together. Creating a machine that doesn't just hear, it understands. It adapts even when languages intertwine mid-sentence, something that crushes most rivals into error-filled chaos. Code switching, slang, and regional blends no longer confuse. Finally, an AI that respects how people truly speak. But not everything shines without shadows or flaws. This model is too large for offline independence. It leans on cloud support to to stay alive. Yet promises strong privacy with encrypted local transcripts. Still, the implications are staggering if claims hold true. Doctors, lawyers, educators all gain sharper, faster transcripts. Businesses can archive meetings without costly human corrections. Podcasters can finally focus on voices, not errors. This isn't just another tool. It's a paradigm shift, and it forces a deeper question upon us all. If AI now hears us better than humans, what will it mean for trust, security, and control? Because every breakthrough carries both light and shadow. And the shadow of voice recognition is privacy. Whose voices will be stored, tracked, or sold? And whose will remain sacred, untouchable, truly private? The story doesn't end here. It only intensifies. Because beyond speech and language lies a stranger frontier. A realm where computers don't even think electronically. Instead, they begin to think with light itself. Now step into a future stranger than fiction, not built from code, but woven from light, where computers no longer think in electricity alone. Instead, they pulse, shimmer, and calculate with photons. Microsoft has taken this daring leap forward, a prototype machine that abandons traditional transistors. Every flash of brightness becomes part of the math. Information racing at the literal speed of light. Imagine no billions of switches flipping endlessly. No wasted energy trapped in digital bottlenecks. Instead, pure beams shifting, bending, calculating instantly. A vision that feels more science fiction than science. But this isn't a fantasy. It's already working. Engineers call it the analog optical computer. Micro-LEDs and cameras dance together in symphony. Light itself replaces the endless digital conversions. In ordinary chips, signals flip back and forth. Analog to digital, digital to analog, non-stop. Energy burns, time vanishes, efficiency collapses silently. But with light, those conversions are almost erased. The results are breathtaking in early tests. One trial rebuilt a brain scan with precision. Only 62% of original data remained, yet the image was crisp, sharp, and accurate. Another experiment tackled complex financial optimizations, problems usually reserved for quantum machines' playground, and this glowing prototype held its ground firmly. In some cases, outperforming even quantum's exotic promise. If scaled with millions of microscopic light sources, this machine could handle billions of variables effortlessly. A new class of computers, elegant yet monstrous, quiet, blazing fast, and shockingly energy efficient. Microsoft claims up to 100 times efficiency, 100 times less energy for the same work. That number alone should make the world pause, because the implications ripple far beyond simple speed. Think about medical scans finished in seconds. Global logistics optimized without mountains of servers. AI models trained in a fraction of time. All powered by a computer that literally glows. But the real question is trust, not speed. Would humanity dare hand decisions to machines of light? Machines that think so differently, so alien inside? Because efficiency often comes at an invisible price. Every new system opens doors and new vulnerabilities. Light itself can leak, scatter, or be stolen. An enemy tapping photons could steal calculations mid-flow. And once stolen, secrets of unimaginable scale unravel. Still, the excitement is impossible to ignore. For decades, we dreamed of alternatives to silicon. Quantum teased us with bizarre, fragile promises. Now, light shows us something more stable, more practical. This is not the end of silicon's reign, but it might be the first true challenger. A reminder that the future isn't just faster. It's stranger, brighter, and far less predictable. Step back and look at this unfolding battlefield. Privacy-protected models rise from Google's fortress. Language universes expand through global research ingenuity. Speech recognition sharpens until human ears seem clumsy. Do not merge or mix any sentence in this script. Use one visual for one sentence. Do not repeat any visual in this script at any cost. And now, light itself challenges electricity's monopoly. Each breakthrough rewriting the rules we thought unshakable. Each advance raising questions we can't yet answer. Are we building tools, or are they building us? Because what ties these revolutions together is trust. Privacy is about trusting data won't betray us. Language expansion is about trusting voices won't vanish. Voice recognition is about trusting machines with identity. And light computing is about trusting the unknown. A trust leap unlike any we've taken before. One where the very foundation feels unstable. Because this isn't just technology. It's philosophy and hardware. So here we stand, at the cliff's edge, looking down into a chasm of possibility. The next step could be glory or disaster, and none of us truly know which awaits. But one truth feels impossible to deny anymore. Artificial intelligence is no longer just software. It's hardware. It's language. It's voice. It's light. It's everything colliding into a single unstoppable storm. And the storm is only getting stronger, faster, stranger, and more deeply entangled with humanity. Which leaves us with one haunting final chapter. A chapter that asks not what machines can do, but whether we're ready for what comes next. The storm of artificial intelligence keeps intensifying. Every headline feels like a glimpse of tomorrow. But beneath the excitement lies the real question. Not what these machines can do. What will we do? Because power alone never defines the future clearly. It is the choices that carve history's shape. And right now, those choices are racing ahead, faster than governments, ethics, or society can follow. Think about Google's privacy-first billion-parameter colossus. It proves AI doesn't have to steal secrets. But who ensures every company follows that path? What happens when profit tempts others to cut corners? Consider the multilingual revolution reshaping human identity. 1,000 forgotten voices restored to digital relevance. But who decides which voices matter the most? And which languages still risk being left behind? Look at the California startup's voice recognition marvel. Sharper transcripts, lower costs, astonishing global coverage. But whose voices get stored, analyzed, or sold? And who truly controls the ear of the machine? Finally, think of Microsoft's glowing optical prototype, a machine whispering calculations at light's own speed. But can humanity trust an engine so alien? And what happens if enemies weaponize that brilliance? Every invention opens doors we can't close again. Every breakthrough solves one problem, but creates another. And in that tension lies humanity's greatest trial. Not building these machines, but learning how to live with them. The real battleground isn't only in laboratories, it's in politics, ethics, and the human heart. Do we demand transparency or settle for black boxes? Do we value privacy or trade it for speed? Because here's the truth no one wants to admit. AI will not wait for our moral readiness. It will charge forward, faster than laws can react, faster than we can agree on what's right. That's why stories like these matter so deeply. They are not just product launches or demos. They are glimpses of the world taking shape. A world where human trust is the rarest currency. So pause and really think for a moment. Would you trust a model guarding your secrets? Would you trust a translator carrying your culture? Would you trust a microphone that never forgets? And would you trust a computer glowing with light, calculating at speeds you can't even imagine? Because the future is not only about invention, it's about where we place our fragile trust. The choice isn't whether AI will transform everything. That choice has already been made, undeniably. The choice is whether transformation serves humanity or not, whether we rise with it or drown beneath it. So here's my challenge to you today. Don't just watch this revolution like a spectator. Don't just scroll, nod, and move on casually. Engage, question, push back. Demand accountability always, because silence in times of transformation is surrender. And this transformation is happening faster than any before. We are the first generation to face this, and maybe the last with a chance to shape it. The next time you hear about breakthroughs, remember this: behind every model lies a choice of direction. Behind every machine lies a mirror of humanity. And behind every promise lies a cost to pay. So ask yourself, who holds the keys tomorrow? Who ensures the storm builds, not destroys? And will you be part of shaping the answer, or simply watch as the machines decide it for you? Because the age of artificial intelligence has arrived, not as science fiction, but as our daily reality. And the greatest question left isn't about machines, it's about us, our courage, our choices, our future.